once again to all our friends, our supporters, our viewers, and all those who have been supporting iGreyhound through the years. Here we are again. It's another Thursday evening, and we hope that you have made Thursdays as your regular habit. My name is Cecilia Nove, and we'd like to welcome you once again to another episode that promises to be an entertaining one, an informative one, and also something that you can get insights of. And tonight's episode, friends, is no exception because we have invited at least two of our architecture graduates who have launched, or perhaps I should say that they have finished a particular project in relation to the completion of their degree program. So at this juncture, may I introduce them to all our viewers. Immediately to my left is Ulap Namnama Miguel, and she is one of those who finished the project as well. And she's project manager, in fact. Hi, Ulap, and welcome to iGreyhound.
Good evening, Ma'am. Thank you for inviting us for this episode of iGreyhound.
Yes.
It's an honor.
Yes, thank you very much. And beside Ulap here is her classmate, yes, a fellow architecture graduate as well. And I'd like to introduce him similarly to everyone. He is Mr. Lemuel Yumul. Hi, Lim, and pleasant evening.
Good evening.
Yes, thank you very much for accommodating our invite. First and foremost, congratulations. Wow, huh? You just launched, you launched it, right? And turned over your Estudio Damgo XI. Here are your shirts. Yes, very nice shirts to the stakeholder. No? So congratulations, that's one. And then of course, congratulations, however belated it may be, because you finished your degree program last June 10, right?
Yes.
As our BS architecture student. So perhaps Ulap, and then later on I'll ask Lemuel as well. Tell us, and perhaps you can take us through this particular journey that you just finished.
So it's been quite the roller coaster. And even if it's been a roller coaster, it's been an amazing, and we will cherish this chapter. And I think it's the best segment of our architecture life here in Foundation University. Mm-hmm. And we were grateful that we had this experience, and we found, something unforgettable. And I think we would carry it for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
Aside from, making family there as well, all the way in Danhugan.
Yes, right. Perhaps I would have wanted to also say and tell you, perhaps you did not expect that something of this sort would happen to you guys, after you have finished the project. Yeah, right, yeah. And then I'll ask Lemuel. Tell us, Lim, the project proponent, the stakeholder, as well as the individuals who have been involved in this particular project.
So our client is the Philippine Reef and Rainforest Conservation Foundation Incorporated, or as we always call it, PRRCFI. Mm-hmm. So our project location is at Danhugan Island, Barangay Bulata, Kawayan, Negros Occidental.
Yeah, and I think this is also the first time that you guys, our architecture program, have ventured or has ventured into a location that is outside of Negros Oriental. Yes. Okay, very nice. No? Now, tell us how this project came about in terms of your conceptualizing it, in terms of perhaps seeking approval from your teachers, from your advisors, and even the stakeholders themselves. Ulap?
So, the project was introduced to us last year summer during one of our summer classes. So it was introduced by Vanessa Gaston Copeland. She was our advisor. And she met with Dr. Rene Abisamis through Ma'am Sandra Palomar, whose sister, si Ma'am Nadia.
Yes.
So,
she's the wife, no?
Yeah, the wife of Sir Rene.
Yes.
So they met, and then he put out the Danhugan Island, or PRRCFI. They have this Turtle Center project. So they've been planning it for quite a bit.
Okay.
But no one yet has, been able to, help make it, make it realize.
Yeah.
And that's when Ma'am Van, introduced Estudio Damgo that foundation offers. And, they were open to the idea, empowering the youth.
Yes.
and a lot of the extra stuff. So after that, September 26 last year, me, Aaron Bandoquillo, and Clint Gajetos, 3 of the 13 members, went to Danhugan Island for the first time with our instructor. And after that, we were introduced to the island, we saw the site. We got some briefing about what's it like being there,
yes.
where the tide is, the turtles.
Yeah.
So the project was made because the turtles are a keystone species in the ocean, and it tells a lot, how the ocean is if there are sea turtles.
Okay.
Because a lot of people might think, what do they do, all that, but they are a keystone species, and as long as they're around, it's okay. And they nest there, so there are 2 turtles in particular that nest there: the hawksbill sea turtle and the green sea turtle. And yeah, so during our 9-month stay, there were 3 nestings there.
Okay. Or species, no? Or
No,
nesting.
nestings.
Okay, nestings of turtles.
Yeah.
Sea turtles. Yes,
There.
okay.
Then after that, so after our first visit, since we got the idea already of what the site is like, so that was, for 1 month, we did 3 proposals of the project.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Then after a while, November 1, I went to Danhugan Island to confirm the project proposal.
Yeah.
So after that one, after we got the go signal, then we started preparing all the permits, because this is a government funded project.
Yeah.
The province of Negros Occidental is funding it because they believe in conservation.
Yes.
So after that, everything, all the paperwork, then after all that, February we got the go signal, and then construction
Yes,
started.
okay. And then, as they say, the rest is history,
Yeah,
no?
the rest is
Yes,
history.
okay. Yeah, how about in terms, Lemuel, of concept? Yeah, okay, that was how you conceptualize it. But in other words, this agency, the Philippine Reef and Rainforest Conservation Center, Foundation, feels the need or has this need to have a center,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, for their organization located in, as you had mentioned, this is in Danhugan Island. Yes, okay. So in other words, you consulted with them. So the need comes from them.
Yes.
Okay, this is something like they are the proponent, no? Or the project or the stakeholder. Yeah, okay. So from there, Lim, then you came back, as Ulap had mentioned, and then started work, no? Okay.
So with the data that they gathered when visiting the island, we then do our research first. Even though the client gave us some spaces required, of course, as a designer, you have to at least research these spaces and more spaces that the center needs. So first, we've researched the center, conceptualize on what is the best form of the building. As an architecture, also we do the sand path diagram, like something. It's the technicals, and yeah, with the after that, after they did approve our design. I mean, we gave them 3 proposals, but end up with the final design. Then after the final design, we then transition to making the permit set, which is more technical drawings for the project.
Okay. So you had to submit all these documents aside from permits. After all, no, because you're dealing with government and a lot of requirements are also needed. No? You're wearing your ED. ED is Estudio Damgo.
Yeah.
This is the 11th year.
So
this is
XI.
XI, no? And we are now, or the ED, Estudio Damgo is now on its 11th year. We are now moving towards our 12th year. And perhaps one of you can tell our viewers more about Estudio Damgo. It is a student-led project.
Yeah,
no?
so Estudio Damgo is first and only student-led project which you have to build you have to fund it yourself, and you have to, you have to design, you have to fund, and you have to build it yourself, or like as a team.
Yes, okay. And it's here in the country, the
Yeah,
first,
the first
and the
and
only,
only, yes, in the
student-led,
Philippines,
something like a design or project for, in the country
Yes.
for architecture students. Yes. This is something that is really laudable. In other words, you are doing hands-on experience even before like you venture into the professional world, right? Yeah, very quickly, before we move on to talking some more about the project. Your degree program is BS, Bachelor of Science in Architecture, and it's a 5-year degree program. So now you have graduated, but after this, I don't think you can like go on a vacation because you still need to take the boards, right? Okay, maybe vacation for one day, no? Okay, because you still need how many years again, Ulap?
About
For
2 years.
Wow.
About 3,800
Yeah.
or around 3,000 hours.
Okay.
Almost 4,000 hours.
Oh,
So it amounts to
almost 2 years of internship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, internship before you are eligible to take the boards.
Yes.
Okay, so that's how it is now with the degree program that you have. But this project that you have in Danhugan Island, can this be credited as your internship already? Lim?
Well, with our like
Number
the
of hours?
logging,
Yeah.
Okay.
number of hours.
Yeah. Oh.
and
It's postgrad.
postgraduate, ma'am. Postgrad, they will credit it.
Okay,
But
okay.
with the time that we're still student, they won't credit.
Yeah.
Yes, because you already started work while you were students here.
Yes.
Yeah. Which brings me to the next question. So in other words, while you were doing the project already, maybe going to Danhugan, you still had coursework in the university. So you still need to be on campus.
Yeah.
Right?
So what we did was we scheduled visits.
Okay.
So we were 13 people, so we divided it into 2.
Okay.
For me as project manager, I'm in both visits. So when we first started the project, Team A started like the week of Valentine's. They started there. And then Team B followed, which is also the week of the groundbreaking.
Okay.
Then, so what we did was Team A, Team B, then 1 week off, then again Team A, Team B. But after that, after graduation, it was A, B na. So we didn't have any week off anymore. I mean, like technically, they still had a week off. I'm the one who didn't have a week off.
Okay. Yeah.
Initially, pero
Yeah.
sa postgrad, Team A, Team B, then my week off.
Okay.
So I stayed most of the time since I'm the project manager.
Yes.
And then if there were problems, they would have a hard time calling me because of the signal there. So there's only smart signals. I mean, there is Globe, but it's really, really slow. It's not reliable.
Yeah.
So smart works there, but not, it's not sure
Yes,
a lot
yes.
of the times, especially if the weather is bad.
Yes. Okay.
So when we are in Moray Lagoon, that's the area facing the mainland. And that's where the signal is sure.
Okay.
But if you're in Typhoon Beach, the other area, so there's only 2 areas kasi where people can stay there.
Okay.
If you're in Typhoon Beach, you cannot you don't have any signal.
It's called Typhoon Beach, no?
Yes, it's called
okay.
Typhoon Beach. So yeah, might as well be there and then see also the problem
Yes,
and you make a solution with everyone.
Yes.
Instead of them calling me,
Yeah.
and then I'm like,
And you don't know what
exactly is,
or the extent, no?
The extent of the
problem. Yes, right. Lim, especially that you are a team, right? There are 13, 14, 13. Okay, 13 members of the team, meaning you're all architecture students, all 5th year, and you have already completed your degree programs. This is, of course, it's a team effort. Did you divide the task according to the team A, team B, and so on?
Yes.
Lim?
Yes, ma'am. So
like what does team A do or something?
If we have like a week schedule. Like for example, for this week we're going to finish with the concrete column. So Team A will do that work. Then for the next week, Team B will do another set of work, so that the progress will be progressing.
Yes, okay. You had a specific timetable. You know when to finish.
Yeah.
Okay. But you we launched or we turned over the project, and perhaps we can also say that we had launched it only last November 10. So that's a good 5 months after your graduation. Were you on right on the dot with your timetable?
No.
Because I don't know your timetable.
No. Well, there were a lot of challenges that were happening with the project. Like maybe expectations too high, and then it's not exactly realistic. Maybe it's too ideal. You know, that's what they say. It's too ideal sometimes.
So you had to do modifications or
we
something?
did a lot of modifications.
Really?
It can't be helped.
Okay. In the design or in the construction
no,
itself?
just the progress. Because
Okay.
the design of the building was more or less 99 loyal to the initial. So we just like maybe we changed this a bit. We were like maybe this is a better idea. So that's what happened.
But not a major overhaul.
No.
Okay.
We had no major overhauls.
Yes, that's good. Yeah. And the relationship, of course, that you had with your construction team, I think is very essential.
Yeah.
Otherwise, diba, you're the design team, you have a construction team,
Yeah.
so you ought to understand one another. But I think they speak Hiligaynon,
Yes.
right? And you don't speak Hiligaynon.
No.
It's quite a challenge, yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. So I was thinking because this is in Negros Occidental, and here you are. You're all Cebuano speaking students and so on. So that's where perhaps another challenge would come in. No? But somehow you were able to communicate, of course, with one another. Okay. Very good. I think one of the objectives also of Estudio Damgo, among other things, no. What is that again? Lim, design, fund, and then build, is to have a like cordial relations with a community where you are going, wherever you may be. No, the previous Estudio Damgo, I suppose, also had a nice, good, no, cordial relations with the community. So in other words, were you able to do that as well, among other things?
So as Estudio Damgo, we definitely achieved that. We definitely achieved more than just a cordial relationship. We developed a familial one.
Good.
So after all our weeks there together, with the highs and lows of the weather.
Oh my, yeah.
So, they took care of us and we formed that bond, especially when it's post-work and we're together.
Yeah.
We talk, chat, play, whatever.
Yeah.
And, we got to know each other more.
Exactly.
So, of course, work is work during the day, but at night it's different.
Yeah. So you still had time to like chill and talk about
definitely.
life in general,
Yes.
no? Okay.
So, we really like enjoyed the project because, we had fun at the site as well with all the teasing or whatever jokes.
Yeah, right.
So, the controls. Like,
Okay.
definitely,
The kantiyaos, no? Mga kantiyaw.
the initial part of the project was a bit, challenging because they spoke Ilonggo. But, it was funny, all that, relaying the instruction, and they were like, huh? Huh? What?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Wait, what does that mean?
Yes.
But, we were fortunate that they can understand Bisaya.
They can. They can understand.
Then eventually, we got to the point where, they cannot talk bad about us.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a difficult thing, no? Especially if you may not know what they're talking about,
Yeah.
and for all you know, they may be, But of course, that's something else. No, I'm sure they would not also do something like that.
No.
But the fact that here you are, I'm trying to imagine a scenario where, like, you're working like pros, of course, right? You're working like you're the real architects already, like pros. But how do you, well, of course, Ulap is the project manager, but you guys need to also like give instructions to the construction team, right? But like how do you, not really impose, no, but how do you like get across or get your ideas across? Here you are, no? We cannot deny it. You were still students when you started out, right? And these guys perhaps may have had like a vast experience already and so on. Yeah, Lim.
Well, with the plans that we made, ma'am, it is our guide to help them understand what we wanted with the building.
Yeah.
And with them also, they will help us realize the building,
Yes.
or like how the building should look like. So so there's some instances that, I mean, even in real world construction, there are some instances that we have to make compromise with regards to some of the components of the building, because maybe this component isn't fit for this one, so like we have to do that. And with their expertise,
Yeah.
or like with their experience on construction, they help us, or like they kind of share their knowledge with us nga this is possible, this is impossible. So yeah, it's actually beneficial to both parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice, no? Ulap. So in other words, it's like give or take, or learning from one another.
Yeah, it was a collaborative experience.
Yes.
Because for a lot of the project, like when it was a heavy work going on, we did help them like build. I would say that we helped them because they're the experts.
Yes.
So we got to bend metal, cut
Oh.
wood,
My
help
God.
lift it.
Okay.
And this fits like that. Oh, you use the drill like this, or the saw. They are the ones who taught us.
Yes.
Even with wrapping the concrete column, they were showing us the technique on how to do it.
Okay.
So it was a collaborative process, and they were teaching us a lot of stuff as well. So we got to learn, beyond the theory of architecture
true.
class.
That's true. Yeah. Again, I would like to say that perhaps little did you realize, no, that you would have forged a familial, more than cordial relations with the community, and also learn from them and them from you as well.
Yeah.
No? In other words, any Estudio Damgo project, perhaps not only for EDX1 no, or Estudio Damgo 11, would be beneficial for both, not only for you but also for the community.
Yes.
But again, I am thinking aloud, no? What if that center was not proposed by this organization to be built in Danhugan? I mean, what I mean is, like, not necessarily them getting in touch with Foundation University, Department of Architecture, but for them to have this idea of having a center right there. What would happen perhaps to the surrounding areas, or to the island itself, or to their project, which is sea turtle conservation?
Honestly, we don't know, because it was, because of the project, we got to know them. And then without it, I don't think we could have met. I don't think the universe would have, allowed us to meet with each other.
Right.
If the center wasn't there. And I think the NGO, PRRCFI, they're always out for new ventures to help with conservation.
Yes.
And the president, si Sir Jerry Ledesma, has a particular love for turtles.
Okay.
And because they're, scientists and always pushing for conservation.
Right.
Because of the the environmental crisis that we are facing today, because of global warming, all that. So a lot of species are under threat, and sea turtles, unfortunately, are one of them. So I think because of all those issues, the Turtle Center really was destined to come together.
Yes. So it's, in other words, you also studied these things, no? As mentioned by Lemuel, you had to do research as well, because you have to understand, number one, the community, right?
Yeah.
No? You also have to understand and be appreciative of the, of course, the sea turtles, no? Because they would also benefit from having a center like that on the island itself. Now, the constraints, the challenges that you all had encountered, what effect did it have on you guys, no? Here you are tasked to do something that is going to be a make or break as far as your graduation is concerned, right? Or as far as you're having to pass your program.
yes.
Oh my gosh, no? And also, like, make or break as far as you're being a professional later on would be is concerned. In other words, what I'm trying to drive at here is the struggles, no, that you need to overcome, because young as you are, guys, no, you have all of these factors coming in all together. But
Yeah.
I will allow you to think and gather your thoughts as we move on to the next segment, so that
Okay.
at least you can organize what you would answer for the benefit of our viewers as well. iGreyhound friends, will be right back after we pause for these few reminders.
Grit, determination, resilience. These traits are what made Foundation University overcome the obstacles of the pandemic for more than 2 years. With the future being uncertain, it was difficult to make plans. Life, or whatever was left of it, in the minds of Foundationites was at a standstill. This year, just in time for the new academic year, Foundation University shows to the world that she can weather any storm. With full face-to-face classes back, the campus brims with life as teachers and learners make up for time spent online. The challenges in the past have tested how far Foundation University can go. From where we are, there is nowhere we can go but up. As we rise and stand united, we face the coming year with optimism and hope as Foundation University proudly soars on her 74th year. Just as the Greyhound is capable of leaping to greater heights, so does Foundation University. FU at 74 proudly soar.
iGreyhound is back once again, friends. Please don't forget, we are also being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University, and we are also telecast on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. And we are still speaking with Miss Ulap Miguel and Mr. Lemuel
Yumul.
Yumul, yes. Two of our architecture graduates of Foundation University who I think are now able to heave a sigh of relief as they have turned over and launched their project for Estudio Damgo XI or Estudio Damgo XI, which is the Sea Turtle Conservation Center in Danhugan Island. So we were talking about all this convergence of factors that any ordinary mortal, and we are all ordinary mortals, would have deterred you from continuing on with the project. Huh? Many things. You mentioned language barrier, but at least you're able to hurdle that. The distance, the travel,
The weather.
your conceptualizing, everything. What made the well, of course you have to do it, no? Otherwise you will not graduate. But
Yeah.
all of these things coming together, how did you grapple and overcome all of this? Lemuel first.
Ma'am, like coming in FU, like from day one as a first-year architecture student, it is our dream to be part of Estudio Damgo. It is like our inspiration to finish architecture. So, our time has come to become an Estudio Damgo. It pushes us more to be more, to be great, to do our best. And even if it's our first time building, it's kind of uh, you know,
Challenge.
challenging.
Yeah.
We have to finish what we've started. That's life actually.
Wow, no?
We have to finish what we've started. So yeah.
Okay, that's a very nice way of putting it, no? Ulap, si Lemuel, no? You have to finish what you have started.
Yes.
Ulap, thoughts?
If I may add, like what he said, when first year then you discover Estudio Damgo,
Yeah.
you want to be like them, finish something like amazing.
Okay.
And this is a foundation university should consider this as a milestone because yes, it's quite a bit. It's all the way in Occidental, but that's what made this project amazing. It's all the way in Occidental, the South Negros Sea Turtle Conservation Research Center. That's the full name of the project.
Yes, okay.
Also quite a mouthful.
Quite a mouthful, really.
Yeah. We're only fifth year, but we got to do something that's more than ourselves.
Yes.
So it's for the environment, it's for the school, but most importantly, it was also for ourselves.
Yes.
So we've got to finish the project, not because we're together, but because of the community there. We all agree, all 13 of us would agree, that if it weren't for the community there, for Danhugan Island staff, for the construction team, it's either this, maybe
We're
we
still
would have
working.
a fallout or something, whatever. It would take longer.
Yes.
But because of them, we got to finish. It's not on time, but it's still a good time.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
So, we extend our big, huge,
Yes.
unsurmountable amount of thanks.
Yeah.
To
Shout
them.
out, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
big shout out.
Yeah, big
to
shout
them.
out,
Big shout
really.
out.
I don't think I'll mention names because I think they'll be shy and they
really?
might PM me later.
Oh, okay.
They might PM me later. Mom, why did you
Mention namin.
mention?
Or they may, or on the contrary, they may want their names to be mentioned, but okay lang. Okay lang. Oh, no worries.
Daghan.
But
That's a lot of people,
listen, or you might miss out on one of them, no? And that will really be a mortal sin. But guys, listening to you, no? Yes, this is really something that you have hurdled, no?
Yes.
You had mentioned something that is insurmountable, but finally here you are at last, no? But the struggles that you need to, or that you had to overcome, not only in terms of the conceptualization, the brainstorming, and so on, but even you yourselves, no? Like it may take a toll also on your everything, no? Physical health, everything, everything. Because here you are, and you are far from home,
Yes.
far from home, and you had to stay there to perhaps assimilate yourself
Yes.
to the community. But it was really needed, of course.
Yes.
Because you had to So tell us your like an ordinary day. What time do you wake up, and so on? What time do you end the day? What do you do on a typical working day?
So there, most of the time, I'm the first one to wake up.
To wake up, okay.
5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Oh my.
Because our team there, the construction and island staff, they know that I love my sunsets and sunrises.
Oh, okay.
So I usually wake up at 5
Okay.
to catch the sunrise.
Okay.
Especially when we're in the area where it's facing the mainland.
The mainland.
Because that's where the sun rises.
Ay, okay. So you get a perfect parang sight. No?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the weather. Like,
Okay.
if the sky is clear, you can see the sun, rise from the
Yes.
mountains.
Okay.
But of course, if it's the weather isn't that good, it's cloudy, you can at least just catch the colors change.
Okay.
So there, 5.
So 5
Then I'd
a.m.
wake them up at around 6.
Who
Or
will
6.
you be waking up? Lemuel
I mean,
and the
like,
rest of the team?
yeah, everyone.
Everyone, really?
Yeah,
The
the
construction
guys.
team and every...
No, the construction team wakes up early.
Earlier than you or something?
They'll
Somehow.
probably see me taking pictures.
Okay.
But I don't wake them up. I just
yeah.
wake up early.
Yes, okay.
And then we'd have breakfast like around 7. Then we'd go to the site by 8 or around 8, something like that. And then of course we'd have lunch. I mean,
So the whole day, whole
day.
morning?
Yeah, whole morning. Morning we're in the site.
Site, okay.
We're helping them. We're working on something. And then, of course, lunchtime comes. We stop at 12.
Okay.
Then we walk back. We walk back to either Typhoon Beach or Moray Lagoon. Depends on where we're staying. Then we come back like around 1.
Okay.
And then, of course, continuing all the tasks needed for the day. Then we finish at like 5 or 4:30, like that.
Okay.
Then we enjoy the sunset.
Yeah, sunset na naman.
Yes.
Oh, wow, yes, okay. But yeah, thank you, Ulap, for describing it to our viewers, no? How nice, really. Okay, but Lim, the camaraderie, no, the being together and so on, did it really help that you understood one another, so to speak? Understood in terms of like the vibes is good with everybody.
I mean, with staying there with the construction team and with the Estudio Damgo team, it creates a bond. And again, it's not just construction, it's kind of a learning process for both parties. That's why
Exchange.
yeah,
Sorry.
and while working, we also had fun.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Okay, that's good. No?
There'll
It's-
probably be inside jokes
Yeah.
depending on the team.
Okay, yeah, it's like letting your hair down, so to speak, at the end of a particular work day,
Yeah.
na busy day. Yeah, I'm curious. How about the weather? Did it also like affect the timetable that you had?
Yes.
Are there typhoons or calamities in
Yes,
that?
There was several for
my.
July, September, and October.
Yeah.
Okay.
During
oo.
typhoon
I know.
season, yeah.
Yeah, typhoon season.
Sorry, July, August, September.
Okay, typhoon season, so you had to stop work.
No.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Not actually, but
I mean,
Like-
we would be there, but of course, we'd have to stop. Like,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
be there.
Oh, yes, right. Oh, but of course you are there physically.
Yeah,
no?
we'll be
Oo,
there
but stop work like you cannot go
can't,
on
yeah.
and continue. Yeah. The takeaway of having a project like this, no, it's immense, right? Very immense. But we are of course grateful. We're thankful that an NGO like the organization that you mentioned and the provincial government of Negros Occidental, yes, believe in the conservation, and of course it also is cognizant of the fact that here at Foundation University we're also big on conservation, the environment, and so on. But this is an exposure that truly is very helpful to our architecture students. Now I am curious because you are speaking to our viewers who are watching us also all over the world, no? If there are young people like you who would like to go into architecture as a career or as a profession, what are some things that you would advise them? Ulap.
Number one, they should wonder if it's really what they want. Because most of the time, I think they're thinking about how cool it might be to be an architect. Or maybe it's the money in it. But, architecture should be a lot more than that because we are responsible for people's lives when we design something. And, it shouldn't just be just building a building. You're making stories when you're making that building. So for us, when we were building the Sea Turtle Center, that place holds a lot of memories for a lot of us. And like what one of our friends there, he's a guide, si Kuya Ram, he told us that, we're part of the Danhugan story now. 9 months there, and, it's not just a turtle center. So, for people who want to be in architecture, yeah, is it really for you? It shouldn't be just for the money.
Okay.
Because it also depends, in all honesty.
Yeah, or the money, and perhaps the glamour, no?
Yeah,
of
the glamour.
the profession, yeah.
But, as one of the key things about, if you know that you're really into architecture is your problem-solving skills.
Yes.
So when you're building something, it's problem-solving. You're not going to just put a building there and then you
Okay.
don't include all your research. No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, number
hard
one,
work. Yeah.
it's your problem solving design
Yes,
skills.
Okay, and asking yourself whether this is really for you.
And
no?
if it's really
Yeah.
for you.
Thank you. Yeah. How about Lemuel?
So to everyone that wants
Yeah.
to become an architect or wants to study architecture, it is actually a calling.
Yeah. Okay.
Being in architecture is hard. You have to dedicate your time, yourself. You have to pour everything to a project that you worked on. You have you may like you don't may I mean mawadan kag time sa imong self
yes. Oo.
and di ka kagawas, di ka kalaag.
Parang you're into it already. No, this is your
Yeah.
life. No.
Yes, ma'am. So dedicate yourself to be able to get the degree. That's
Yeah. Was this your first choice? Is this your first choice of a degree program, Lim?
no, actually, ma'am.
Okay. But you learned to love architecture.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. But you started out as an architecture student here, first year.
First year, yeah.
Ah,
I was planning to take aeronautics, but at that time, like, wala diri sa Duma. So,
Yes. Oh.
and I believe sa saying sa math, number one rule sa math is like use what is given. And I was given a
Architecture.
talent to draw,
Ay,
so
that's
I
good.
use it and use it sa architecture. So
Okay.
I
That's
took up
great.
architecture.
Okay. But aeronautics and perhaps drawing, would that come into play? Your
No.
drawing? No, di ba? Oo. Kind of quite far-fetched, yeah. But but you learned to love this
Yes,
particular course already. Yes. How about Ulap?
No, so.
No, not your first choice. Okay.
No, mine was graphic design.
Ay,
honestly.
kinda
I mean, yeah, they
related.
both are design, but you know,
Yes.
it's a different field.
Oh, yes, different field.
So, the Estudio Damgo was the reason why I got into architecture. So my parents came here for a talk, and then they met with a former teacher here, and then after that, they introduced me Foundation University. So of course, I wasn't into it at first because I was like,
Oh. What about that? The work or
no,
the,
I think I never really thought about it. Like I can draw too,
Okay.
but like I was more into graphic design.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But of course, eventually, the passion, went fiery.
Yes.
Yeah. And now here we are today. Everything is history.
Yes, right, exactly. Because wow, look at that, no? You finished parang you reached the finish line,
Yeah.
but it's not yet the end of it
It's
all,
not
right?
yet.
Because you still have the boards and
Yeah.
building a career and so on. And then my second question would be, so that has been established already, no? Your profession, your degree program, and why Foundation University in particular, Lim?
I took up architecture here in Foundation because of Estudio Damgo. I've heard Estudio Damgo, they build, design, and fund
Okay.
for the project, and it's kind of inspiring. And for me, I think learning firsthand on the construction, even if you're not graduate yet, so it's kind of like, this is amazing, like what a great opportunity to work with a project, to realize a project, even if you're still a student. So like,
Yeah. How did you learn or hear about Estudio Damgo?
well, my sisters they graduated from,
yes.
but not architecture.
Yes.
So they're,
they're
alumni, yeah.
They're alumni. That's really great to
So,
know, no?
Yeah.
Yes. Since we're also building up on our alumni relations in the university, that's great. How about for Ulap? Why Foundation University?
That one, the Estudio Damgo.
Okay. How did you learn about Estudio Damgo? Or
From
here?
my parents.
Who,
Yeah.
They are alumni also?
No,
or-
they're not alumni.
Okay.
So yeah, they came here before, and then they met with the former
former
professor
teacher,
of
okay.
architecture in
Here.
here. Yeah.
Okay.
Then they introduced to me the Estudio Damgo.
So they have heard about Estudio Damgo, your parents,
Yes.
while they came over
Yeah.
for a visit to
For a visit.
to Dumaguete or to
Yeah,
Foundation?
for Dumaguete. Not in Foundation.
Not in Foundation,
In
yes,
particular.
Yeah.
Because when they came home, they had like videos.
Of the
of the Estudio Damgo. So
really? Okay.
the videos had the
Ah.
floating guardhouse.
Yes, right, yeah.
ED3.
Yeah, ED3.
Okay.
But of course, when I came here, it's broken na daw.
Oh yes, over
Yeah.
at the, I think at the Boulevard
Yeah,
or something.
Boulevard,
Yes,
yeah.
okay. Wow, great to know that, no? Both for Lemuel and for Ulap, since we are always curious to know like how you were able to like hear or learn or read about Foundation University. But again, it's very enlightening, very heartwarming to know that all of this really started out from zero, right?
Yeah.
And here you are having accomplished something that's really big. Now, takeaways or learnings that you may have gotten insofar as your experience here at Foundation is concerned. You started out, of course, as first year. This is your first course,
Yeah,
first course, really, no?
Yeah.
But the struggles and the work that goes into having to hurdle your first year, second year, and onwards to it's a 5-year degree program, I think can take its toll, especially that you were here already during the pandemic. Right? Yeah. So it cut through your, how many years was the pandemic? Something like 2.5 years. Yeah, 2 years. So it cut through your 5-year degree program. Lemuel first. Takeaways on this particular experience from day one of your being first year.
Don't be afraid of the future. So like enjoy the present, but don't be afraid of the future. There may be doubts in the way, but sooner or later you will overcome it. So just enjoy the present and feel the projects.
Did you doubt initially yourself or the team?
Not the team,
Not
but
the team. You
myself,
yourself.
yeah. Because like,
really?
can I do it?
Okay.
Can or like, but with, yes, ma'am. I mean, without the team,
Yeah.
without the construction team, we will not be able to like comfortable
Yeah.
sa island or like without the team, the Estudio Damgo team, wala.
Yeah.
They really help.
Yes.
They actually part sa for isa akong character development,
Yes.
self-development also, like, yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. How
Shout
about
out sa
Ulap?
inyo.
How about Ulap? Takeaway since you first came here.
Yeah.
Were there doubts, apprehensions?
Definitely there were doubts. Because, it wasn't the initial course I wanted. Yeah. But
Okay.
the main takeaway was honestly like, per project, I always, think na you go beyond what you first. Project 1 is like this. Okay, you learned your lessons. Project 2, you extend over what you've learned and go beyond your comfort zone, explore. Because when we're in the professional field, we cannot just do what we want. And that's definitely what we experienced too with our project. So of course, the design is 99% what but of course one of the constraints in designing is the cost, all that. So when you're in architecture school, you don't have any of that. I mean, eventually you'll learn about the building codes, all that, but you can still do a lot of exploring. You won't have to worry about the costing because of course it's all theoretical. And yeah, explore, get to know yourself, get to know your classmates, your friends, learn your strengths and weaknesses. So,
Agree. Yeah.
Good thing that you mentioned that, and I'll not let you go muna because you mentioned the strengths and the weaknesses. What did you discover about yourself, Ula, personally? Both strength and or weakness. You are strong at, you are weak at, if ever, as the case may be.
Weakness definitely is being a perfectionist.
So that can be a downside pala na if you're
Yeah, it's definitely a downside because you're torturing yourself.
Okay.
So like what Lem says, enjoying the moment. And if you're a perfectionist, you can't do that because you're always expecting all that. You have a standard and you're tight with yourself, especially. So, a lot of the stuff is, you're like torturing yourself. So definitely a weakness. For strength. What's a strength?
Leadership.
As project manager, yeah, coming from Lemuel, no?
Maybe, I guess. Maybe
okay.
Going beyond. Like, they're always telling me, no, it's so hard, how are you doing it? Then for me, of course, yeah, doing it for myself as well because I want to know how far I can go.
Yeah.
But it's also for the team, If they can't do it, I'll have to do it.
Yeah, it's like something like united we stand, united we fall or something, no? Diba the saying?
So I guess leadership.
Yeah. Okay. You're coming from the team, coming from the team itself. How about Lemuel? Yeah. Strength and weakness that you had discovered, yeah.
During the construction, ma'am, I think my strength is yung I can work construction.
Okay. Talaga.
But my weakness is leadership. Because like if Ulap wasn't there, I'm the one that leads the team.
I really.
But sometimes I tend to like chill rather than.
Okay. You may be a very lenient person.
Yes.
And Ulap maybe is a go-getter or something. Kasi perfectionist man. So she demands a lot. Does she demand a lot from everybody, Liam?
Not actually, not demanding, but she wants to. To have progress each day. So like.
Yes. On a scale of 1 to 10, no? How would you assess or evaluate the overall performance, not just on the structure or the center, but overall, everything considered? How would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, Lim? The experience itself in Danhugan.
9, ma'am. Because of the weather.
Minus the weather.
Minus the
Oh
weather.
my gosh. No, I can just imagine because you're in an island, no? Diba? And you travel or you traverse or you not really commute. No? You traverse through Bangka, no?
Yeah.
You cross. Okay. How about Ulap on a scale? Remember, you're the project manager, project leader.
So my experience will be a lot different from theirs.
Yeah. That's why.
Maybe
exactly.
like an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Overall na yan.
Yeah, overall, like an 8. Because, it was quite the roller coaster, like I've mentioned earlier. But, because of our, Estudio Damgo becoming one with the island and becoming more than comfortable there.
Yeah.
And, creating all our memories.
Yes.
If you visit our page, we have like a 13-minute.
Wow.
13-minute video.
It's Estudio Damgo XI.
No, it's just the Estudio Damgo page.
Okay, the entire studio.
Yeah, so we have like a summary of our 9 months, but it is only a fraction of our,
Agree.
Of our experience.
Okay.
So some people commented there's not a lot of pictures about the building. But this is a flashback video, and we wanted it to be more than about the building, because you can have all the pictures of the building, but it's not going to tell the story.
Yes,
the story is about our journey there with the construction team, with the island staff.
Correct.
And creating a legacy there, leaving our imprint, our heart there.
And you mentioned legacy, right? Then very quickly, as we end our episode, do you have your names inscribed on any part of the building? I don't know if that's possible or if that is allowed.
No.
Or
We
is
did.
it? Yeah.
I don't have.
We have a mark. I mean,
Like.
right
Here.
among names sa trust, but di siya makita.
Okay.
It's
As
not
a
visible.
Trust. Yes, in the trust. Yes, okay.
I don't have.
Okay. Yeah.
I should have.
But of course, it has to be credited and acknowledged to the provincial government of Negros Occidental and to the that mouthful of the Philippine Reef
And
Rainforest Conservation
Foundation. Conservation Foundation.
Conservation Foundation, where that center is anchored, no? Because
Yes.
that's the project. Wow, look at that! No, we've consumed an entire 50 or 1 hour conversation with you guys. How I wish we could visit Danhugan, but of course the center is there. The people are there. They will, of course, remember, and it's a legacy. I think you mentioned that, guys. Huh?
Yes.
It's your legacy, and I think this is something that you will remember throughout your
Yes.
life, and
Yes, of
perhaps
course.
Definitely.
even after you have like explored the world.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain you would go back to Danhugan and like
We will.
visit. Wow,
Pohon.
great.
Pohon.
Yes,
Pohon,
yes,
yeah.
pohon, God willing. So, thank you once again. Congratulations, Ulap, and congratulations
Thank you,
also,
ma'am.
Lemuel,
Thank
for
you.
having hurdled this great milestone in your lives, young as you are, and being fresh graduates of the architecture program of the university. So with that, friends, we bring to a close another episode of iGreyhound. We had a very nice and engaging conversation with two of our architecture graduates. We are proud of their achievement, and of course, we are also proud of the fact that here they are. They were able to hurdle practically all obstacles in order for the realization, in order for their dreams as well as their plans to be realized through Estudio Damgo XI, the 11th year. Please do not forget, friends, our replays are on Fridays and Saturdays at 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 3 in the afternoon on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. And yes, we are also being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University. Thank you very much once again to Miss Rofi of Yvonne's Closet for my chic clothes on the show as always. This has been Cecile Henove bidding everyone a pleasant evening.